Thanks, Rick. Proud of our guys, happy for them. Always good to win, especially when you've lost a few in a row. I thought they played hard. They competed, played together. A little sloppy at the end, but other than that, I thought for the most part they did a good job. So hopefully that's something that we can continue to build off of. You know, our last game, second half, this game tonight, I think we got some things we can start to build off of.
Rotation-wise, where are you guys kind of at right now with that, and where do you what are you kind of looking at for different guys on the team?
Well, last couple games we played the same, 10 guys, and tonight we started the guys that we felt like, got out there the last game and really fought hard and played together, and we brought some of our younger guys off the bench. That's probably where we are right now, and what we need to try to continue to do to get some continuity and build off of that. That first group, defensively, they do a good job. They can switch and do some things, and then obviously offensively, being able to play through Mogbo a little bit helps us. So, but it's still game by game, right? Matchups and who's playing well, things like that. We do feel like we still have a deep team, though.
Is it looking at just whoever kind of is playing good at that moment, who's meshing good? Is it that fluid, or what's the decision?
Not necessarily. I mean, now that we have practice time, we're practicing groups together, and these are two groups that are practicing together right now, and so we'll try to study our analytics and see who's playing well together. We really tried to do that tonight, and it ended up shortening the rotations a little bit, but that happens as the season goes on, and as we get as we start conference, get deeper in the conference, it'll continue to shrink, and it'll ultimately get down to maybe eight, 9 guys at the most, but right now we feel like we've shrunk it from 12 to 10, so that's kind of where we are.
When looking at, we talked to some of the starters when they were in here earlier, and we asked them a little bit about it, and they just said, we just want to win.
Yeah.
When you're kind of rotating so many guys like that, how important is leadership on your team and everyone kind of just buying into that winning mentality?
Yeah. Leadership is very important, and obviously that starts with me, and then you would hope that it trickles down to your veteran leaders, because they've been through the wars. They know what it takes, and then that trickles down to the next layer, maybe of returners, and then that trickles down to the new guys. And so, but everything rises and falls on leadership. And I feel like we're starting to get some new leaders to emerge, and that's a good thing for us.
Coach, last time this team lost 4 in a row was 2020. And then you ripped off 7 straight victories. Mm-hmm. I know you guys want to win every game, and how good does it feel to get that first victory and break the skid?
It always feels good to win, and especially after you've lost a couple. And I'd have to think back. It's hard when you feel like you could have won them, but it's even harder when you feel like you didn't even have a chance. And so we really had to, dig in deep and find a way to get a win. But we'll definitely take it one at a time. Our next game is going to be really tough. But, I feel like our guys are getting better, and we've got a lot that we can continue to build off of. And, we're going to have to win with our defense. And so we're going to have to really focus on those type of lineups and what our defense can do for us.
Riddenall, his career high going into this game was 13 points. He got 16 in the first half. Obviously, second half pretty quiet. What does it mean, though, to have any number of guys on this team that can just go off when you need them to, out of the blue?
Yeah, it's for a coach, it's a blessing, but it can also be a curse, because I think that's the message to our team right now is, it's amazing what you can accomplish when no one cares who gets the credit. And we have a lot of guys that are credit worthy, but it probably won't be the same guy every night. And when we totally buy into that, I feel like, that's when we'll really start to become the best team we can be, because that's the sign of a great team, right? It's selfless service, not caring who gets the credit, and that's kind of where we are right now. And I can see some of that starting to grow.
And lastly for me, obviously you still got the game left coming up, the next game, home game coming up here. How important, though, is it to keep you guys locked in when Christmas break comes and make sure, hey, when you turn the page for the new year, everybody still stays dialed in, because spring is the most important time of the season?
Yeah, we've got to be dialed in every day. We don't have a margin for error. It's not very big, and so we've got to be the best team we can be every day. And we've got to try to continue to get better. We've got to try to continue to settle in on who's going to play, how we're going to play, and just keep practicing that over and over. We've really simplified things and tried to, just master the basics and keep doing that over and over and over and over until we get that cohesion to where we can possibly build off of that. But we definitely have to be locked in order to do that.
Last time we talked to you in here, I think Jonathan Magbo was as needed, I think you said,
Yeah.
so he'd be ready for Valley play. He plays 26 minutes tonight. How
Yeah.
important is he? Well, one, where's he at right now, do you think, as far as his recovery? And two, how important is he to your offensive defense?
You know, we set him, I think, 2 or 3 games, and it helped. And the last 2 games he's played, and it's helped. You know, we need him out there because, you know, Dawson is hit or miss. You know, he's got a bad knee, and then NJ, although he's got a very bright future, he's 18, 19 years old, and you know, we brought Magbo here to play, and you know, defensively, rebounding wise, we're really good when he's out there, and he's starting to find his niche offensively, and so you know, he's a difference maker for us in the sense of, no different than, you know, losing Matthew early. Like, if you lose Matthew, you're different. If we lose Magbo, we're different, you know. And so, but we do have options where we can still be productive without them, but we would much rather have them. And you know, hopefully he stays healthy. But if not, we got to get other guys down there to do what he's doing, whether it's, you know, Donnie, Dalen, James, Mayo. We got some other guys that we're starting to groove to be able to do what Magbo's doing, you know, with this simplicity of what we're doing offensively.
Offensively and defensively played pretty well tonight. I asked the players this, but how do you make that consistent moving forward on both sides of the ball, just having good nights? Yeah,
you know, it's a mindset. So right now, you know, we're looking for guys that it really means a lot to. We're looking for guys that's willing to take ownership, and we're looking for guys that aren't afraid of a good fight. And I think, you know, caring, taking ownership, and fighting every day, that's how you can consistently play well on both sides of the ball.